The proof is in the pudding. Or to make it more modern day, come with your receipts. For years, we all have been saying, Robyn's a liar. Here's an example, here's an example, here's an example. And then the other day, while watching Mykelti's Patreon, I realized there is another piece of information to support the fact that Robyn is a big fat liar.
Not surprised.
This goes along with a video that kind of supports information I've covered before, and that is that Robyn seems to think she is the most polygamist of all polygamists. She claims her faith is so important to her. So she's taken that into the realm of being the expert on polygamy. Whenever it comes up in a couch interview, she turns to the camera and starts talking to it.
Okay, but do I look in the camera?
Now, the other wives, they kind of talk to each other in these couch interviews, but Robyn, she talks to the camera.
And now I'm looking into a different camera.
Because she can't look any of the sister wives straight in the face and talk about what life is like as a polygamist, because she knows her experience doesn't hold a candle to what they've been through or the number of years they have been polygamists. Debatably, we could say Robyn's never been, but another video, you can go back and watch that one. What I loved the other day, innocuously, somebody was asking about the kids being baptized.
Which of the kids were baptized into the AUB and which were not?
Now, in the AUB faith, children are baptized at age 8. So they do not do the water baptism after the child is born, as many Christian faiths do. I know that my mother told me that they believe that the child wasn't saved until it was baptized. I don't think many faiths believe that anymore. But back in the day, they did. And so my mom also shared with me that we were raised Lutheran. And she said that the mom never left the house with the infant until they were on their way to the church to get it baptized. And it usually was baptized at about between 4 and 6 weeks of age. So they just didn't leave. The mother never left. People could come visit and that, but it was the fear that they'd get in a car accident or something bad would happen. Like nothing bad can happen. I rolled off the changing table and broke my femur of my leg in my house. Bad things can happen in your house too. All right. Anyway, that was the belief. Now, according to Mykelti, the LDS faith, and thus the AUB faith as well, believe at age 8, I believe it's in the doctrine somewhere, that they believe that the child is old enough to understand what it is they're professing a faith to, and then thus are baptized. Okay, so age 8, people, we know. Age 8.
Got it.
So let me refresh your memory.
Flashback!
We recently talked about the fact that when they got to Vegas, and they were all in their individual houses at this point, the parents went and looked at, I think it was a Methodist church, to look into the possibility of the kids connecting with other kids that might have the same sort of morals, values, etc. And there was some dissension amongst the parents about this, and frankly, the kids. Some of the kids were like, yeah, I don't care. And I don't think any of them said, I won't do it. A lot of them said they just didn't care. And some said they wanted to do it. Maddie was one of those people. The parents were divided. Janelle and Mary thought it was a great idea. They thought, let's give them this opportunity. Whereas, of course, Robyn sided with Cody, and Christine did as well, in that it's not their church, so they shouldn't do it. Which just seems ridiculous to me, because their faith didn't have a youth group there. There was no AUB chapter or church for them to attend. The most outspoken about this was, of course, Robyn. Yes. We have Robyn stating how hard they fight for this religion, and therefore the kids cannot interact with other Christians in a wholesome environment. Okay.
You sound crazy.
Although all the kids go to public school because that's what Robyn's kids have always done. So the Browns all had their kids go. That was on tape or in the book. I think it was in the book. They all decided when they got to Vegas, the kids would all go to public school because that's what Robyn's kids were familiar with. So Robyn would send her kids to a public school, but not. That's a safer environment. That's less likely to corrupt their kids than a Christian youth group supervised by a pastor. Just trying to get the logic out there for you all. Robyn logic. Okay, so here's a little clip of her opinion on the kids joining a Christian youth group in Vegas.
I know that you think it's social. It's just we are sitting here like killing ourselves basically to live this life, to live this faith. We believe it.
Oh, really? Was anyone killed?
Hate hyperbolic speak, please.
So it's hard for me to sit here with these kids and say, oh, it's no big deal. It is. It's huge for us.
Now the dramatic pause in this section.
To live this faith. How can we not sit there and feel stronger about where we're leading our children?
Welcome to youth group, Missy.
Horrible place.
Robyn's so holy. Robyn's so spiritual. Robyn is such a believer and follower of the tenets of her faith. And yet, somebody asked Mykelti which of the children were baptized. Now, baptism and marriage are considered covenants with God. Very important tenets of the faith. We see how important marriage was and how long these people held on to their marriage because of the belief that it was ordained by God. Baptism is the same way. So obviously, Robyn's kids would definitely be the first to be baptized.
Which of the kids were baptized into the AUB and which were not? I'm guessing Truly was not. It was Isabel, Savannah. All of the kids Truly on up were baptized into the AUB. Truly was baptized in AUB.
I thought they filmed that.
Truly's baptism? I don't remember if they filmed it or not. I doubt that they did. They might have talked about it.
Okay, so at the time that Robyn Brown started courting and getting married to Cody Brown, Savannah was definitely younger than 8, maybe 6-ish, something like that. So during that period of time, Savannah would have been baptized. So Robyn and her family would have participated and been there for that. Then, living in Vegas, when Truly became 8 years old, she got baptized. Again, the whole family was there. In fact, Tony even thought that it was televised for the show, which, being kind of a sacrament in the church, I wouldn't see that that would happen. And Mykelti said, no, I don't think it was. But Tony probably remembers it as a big occasion, the whole family together. And usually when the whole family was together, the cameras were present because they didn't do a whole lot together without the cameras. That's probably why Tony thought that Truly's baptism was filmed for the show. Just everybody was there. Okay, let me remind you that Truly is only a year older than Solomon.
I see where this is going.
So we're not talking about, oh, well, none of them had a faith anymore because Robyn was holding firm to her faith all the way to season 18, right? So this is all the way back in Vegas when they were still acting as if everything was okay, when they were all pretending that everything was great, when they were still going through the motions of being the perfect polygamous family. I don't know where this baptism happened. I don't know if they brought in a pastor. I don't know if Cody did it himself. No idea. But we do know that Truly was baptized. And a year later...
Solomon, Ariella, those are the only two, as far as I'm aware, that have not been baptized at UB. I'm not sure if they've been baptized, period, though.
What's Robyn's excuse for Solomon? Miss Holier Than Thou, our kids can't even socialize with other Christians because our faith is so important to us. We fight for this faith, this AUB faith. But I'm not going to baptize my kids into it. I mean, that would be the proof that she meant what she said. You're not going to baptize your child into something that you don't agree with. Oh, right? She did not baptize her children into that faith. When things were all going well with the family, and right after, truly got baptized. So yes, according to Mykelti, every Brown family member was baptized, but not
Solomon, Ariella, those are the only two, as far as I'm aware, that have not been baptized at UB.
Oh, Mykelti, thank you for the receipts. That Robyn is lying when she talks about how important her faith is to her. That whole scene regarding the kids going to a youth group was all acting.
And scene.
Her upset acting with no tears. Unbelievable. If I had to bet money on whether she did or didn't, I would have absolutely said she did because of the number of times she talks about how important her faith is to her. Mykelti goes one further and says she doesn't know if they're baptized into any faith, nor less the AUB faith. It's crazy. All right, this might be the first installment of
The Lies of Robyn Brown.
Episode 1. Oh, there's so many more. This might have many volumes. Who knows? All right. I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit of information. I was shocked when I heard it myself. Mouth agape. What? Hey, guess what? Robyn's a liar.
Shocking.
I just like it when there's receipts. All right, that's all I have for today. I'll catch you next time. Bye, y'all.
Lie, lie, and lie some more.